Because Father has no condition created. In other words, there's no weak spot. There's no, vulnerability. Father is totally complete, conditionally, spiritually, and providentially. So Satan could not hit Father. And Satan could not hit the nation, because that was under Father's total protection. So Satan had to come 2 generations, shooting at 2 generations. So Hungje님 was in a position to be a target of Satan. Cain slew Abel, as you know. Satan can come and hit Abel, as you know. Cain. So, historically, and a divine principle explanation of Hungje님's going, Sunghwa, to heaven, is explained in this way. That is absolutely come from the principal point of view that he, Hungje님, has been chosen as a sacrifice at this crucial juncture. Upon the sacrifice, Father sees the 7 million membership drive for the VOC would be no problem. And so, since Father made an offering of Hungje님 in the altar of God, so in this sacrifice, in return, God brings Korean people to Father, united with Father. You follow? Yeah?
이세권을 선생님은 일세를 동원할 수 있는 것만 갖고 한국 백성 국가기반과 세계 연결될 수 있는 이세권을 제물로 받았기 때문에 영계 일세권 선생님께서 이세권은 이들을 통해서 해방운동과 조직운동이 가능합니다.
By Hungje님 up in the spirit world, there's an incredible advantage for the dispensation. Father here on earth can generate the first generation. Let's get the support and winning the first generation. Hungje님 in the spirit world generate the second generation support. In spirit world as well as the physical world. That include democratic world and communist world. Both worlds. Young people, spiritual.
지상 천국 직접 주관권으로 넘어가야 되기 때문에 그럴 때가 왔으므로 애승리라는 말이라고 해서 사랑으로 이겼다.
So this time, the spiritually and physically together, we have to enter into Canaan, land of Canaan. Not just spiritually, not just physically. So combine the warfare, combine the providence, the spirit world and the physical world. Son in the spirit world, Hungje님. Father in the physical world here on earth. Together, we can move everybody into the Canaan. For that reason. So, the indirect dominion of God has been conquered by the joint endeavor, combined effort, heaven and earth. 1984, January 3, Father declared the day of victory of love. Why he could do that? Because Father knew now victory is total. Victory of heaven has been declared. Now victory of love. So that this shows, declaration of the day of victory of love shows now we can move into direct dominion of God from the indirect dominion. Because Father and the Hungje님 together come. That is centered upon the love of God, nothing else. this particular love we're talking about, the love of God, of course, that will link the indirect dominion and direct dominion, so that it's a victorious. So this is the reason Father can declare day of victory of love. You follow? That's the way, you understand the divine principle. It is not just a made-up story for sake of anything. No, this is providential, divine principle, way of view. So when Father went to Korea, the Korean government want to shoot Father down so that Father can be grounded, so that Father cannot do anything. No, Father knew that. That's why Father invited 72 country chairmen of the scholars and the PWPA chairman. By doing so, Korean government see they cannot touch this movement.
가지고 싸우는데 한국 정부가 반대해도 큰일 났어요. 120명, 210명이라는 원리 수제에서는 전부 다 문결로 이 나라는 세계 승화일이야. 이수가 세계적 무대에서 승천 대신에 올라가는 날이라고 보아서 승화일인 날에 들어갔다 말해서 이수가 승리해가지고 순천해가다가 그런 거예요. 죽어가는 거냐고.
The day of Seonghwa, World Seonghwa ceremony of Hungjeonnim represent Jesus ascending into heaven in a true sense. And body of Hungjeonnim is very important because throughout Christian history there was a quarrel, the battle over the body. Even Jesus' body mysteriously disappeared, and so forth and so forth. In any case, when the Seonghwa ceremony was supposed to be held in Korea, Korean government did not like that at all. They have all kind of loophole and laws and then imposed upon, and they're trying to condemn us as a criminal. But then what happened? Father invited 72 country representatives. So it's again this international, the world event. What the Korean government can say. So they're totally silenced.
이 하나님이 지금까지 소름을 당하고 억울하고 예수가 깨지고 그런 모든 과거지사
The Son of God.
환영받고 또 세계가 모든 추구하는 경지에 오는 아들을 받아서 비로소 사랑할 수 있는 인연이 하나님 앞에 첫 번째 생겼다는 거예요. 그래서
Son of God returned to the country that gloriously and victoriously as the most sacred sacrifices offered in the altar of God. And what this Hungjeonnim is a condition. There's a whole new relation between the spirit world and the physical world was opened up. So that it's far greater than time of Jesus. Jesus' the resurrection ascension. Only by the Hungjeonnim's ascension that this whole thing's widened. Jesus' position was totally indemnified. As after 2,000 years after Jesus ascending into heaven, Hungjeonnim now ascended into heaven, and after that day on, in the 40 days, there was a responsibility to organize Heavenly Four Position Foundation for Hungjeonnim. So that 40 days will be coming up to February 21. February 20.
3월에 끝나고 12일부터 계산을 합니다.
그가 22일이잖아요. 22일.
안 그렇습니까? 1월 달이 31일까지.
3호제가 10일 날은
기간에 10일에
10일 날. 12일부터 계산돼.
이거는 이거 누가 느꼈어? 미친 사람들 생각인데.
Nobody will.
이거는 이제 이렇게 들어보니까 그때는 이게 역사가 전환하고 시대가 돌아간다는 말을 써있다가 지금 전 대통령이 옥산 박사님 나도 얘기를 하니까 나라와 있는 내가 아마 가서 이제 썰을 제일 거린다고 그래서 앞으로 편하지 않고
The whole thing is dispensationally organized. I want you to understand that nothing in this world is happening in random and at whim. Everything is providential reason. Even death of Andropov and safety of a Korean president. All these things is providentially woven, linked.
미국에서 선생님은 말이야, 한국 칼 사건, 난 사건 나면서부터 선생님이 올라.
So in Korea, as after Korean KAL instances, Rangoon, bomb instances, that after that point on, father's name is risen in Korea in an incredible degree, in America as well, in the United States. Groundswells coming up. Is that true? The February is the most crucial month of all. February. So this is the month we're going. So it's because of the Unification Church. Soviet Russia, Soviet Union is in trouble. All kinds of commotion is happening, in communist world. Andropov probably the most worried person for father. When he issued order to kill, as a KGB chief, at that time, he issued order to kill, assassinate the Pope, John Paul II, and he issued undoubtedly the same kind of order for Reverend Moon. So the most, and Reagan, three persons, they issued 3 orders, assassination orders. But the problem was, that it's not so much Reagan is the problem. John Paul II is not the problem. Reverend Moon is. Truly is a problem, and Reagan and John Paul II has to be in a position to unite with Father. They support Father in a statement. They have to do that. Then free world then will be going over the hill, consummated. So it's the turning point, no question about that. But this is the final days, final. From now on, the time will come. You will never have even a chance to see Reverend Moon. You will not have even a chance to hear like this. Because Father would have to dealing with the national level, worldwide level leaders. It won't be too long. You've got to be really, giving and committing yourself. What is it? What is it? Do you think Father knows everything what's going to happen? And how far he's going to be going this way, and what kind of major changes come in the future? Do you think Father knows? So, what Father's sermon this morning is Father just created that story, or that is a principle? The revelation, what do you think? That is not done just random and at whim.
어쩔 수 없이 사탄은 내가 나를 때리고 맞고 빼앗아라.
You know, Father has to give in some sacrifice because that's the heavenly strategy, always being hit and deprive, hit and take. That's the heavenly strategy. So this time, since the extraordinary offering is given to God, Father can claim the extraordinary victory. You didn't know much about the restoration by indemnity. But I want you to understand, Father not only know the truth, but also practice and live that truth in total consummation, every level. So you have to give your 5% indemnity, responsibility. Your 5% would be obedience. Your 5% would be obedience to God, holding.
여기서 미국서 파리가 태평문화가 다시 만들냐? 보잉 747 날려는 계획에 가는데 없대라. 또 가지고 붙였어요.
So, even a Boeing 747, you just being even an insect, even a fly on top of the roof or inside the baggage camp, whatever. And then Boeing 747 landed in Korea. That fly also landed in Korea. That's what the Father is saying. You just completely, you want what united with Father, stick with it. Then no matter what, you then don't separate yourself. Then you'll get there wherever Father goes. No matter wherever Father goes, you just stay with Him. Even go to the bathroom, you stay with Him. Even so what? So in the bathroom, everybody's naked. All right, even stay with it. So don't think of yourself. So don't think of yourself, and forget yourself, and don't love yourself. Think of Father and love Father. That's the mandate. Then what Father is doing? What Father is doing? Father is doing the same thing. Father is absolutely united with God. Absolutely joined with Him. Absolutely love God. By doing so, there is no such a thing, Father as a private person. So, same qualification. Father demanding from you, Father doing it to God. And when you do unite with Father, then your children will join, and the American people will join, and so that you can set a tradition. And this kind of tradition will save this country. Don't think of yourself. Don't self-centered yourself. So in this day and age, extraordinary blessing is coming to you because of the 흥제님 sacrifice. So this is we must be mindful.
그래서 연계를 어떤 일이냐면 원래 연계에 들어가려면 참부모의 사랑권을 통해 가서 일할 것이 연계는 뭐라냐? 참부모의 사랑을 통하지 않은 사랑은 연계가 못 가게 되는 거예요 지금까지.
Those who are elevated in the spiritual world, unless you go to the true parent's love, you are not entitled to getting into spiritual world.
그건 뭐냐? 직접 간접 주관권 내에서 하나님의 사랑과 하나님의 사랑을 받아가지고 참부모의 사랑을 받아가지고 학교 때 가지고 야신들을 가다 마자고.
That means And here on earth, in direct dominion, period, and direct dominion, going through what the true parents love, going through the indirect dominion of love, what the true parents love. What the qualification, you can enter into direct dominion of God.
자, 그럼 지금까지 영계가 있는 것이 참부모의 사랑이 직접적인 간접적인 참부모의 사랑을 받고 하나님의 사랑을 받던가 하나님 부모라든가 지상의 참부모의 사랑을 받는 사람이 한 사람이 있나 한 사람도 없다. 전도 전자 꽁이야 꽁꽁.
Zero, spirit world is zero now. Why? Because nobody passed through this regular path. Received the true parents' love, and the nurtured and the conquered the direct dominion, indirect dominion of God. What the true parents' love entered the spirit world. Such a person is zero.
있어? 있다고 봐?
Nobody.
원래대로 있다고 봐?
Do you think there is anybody?
트루페는 절대 필요한 거야.
True parents is absolute necessity. Absolute necessity.
트루페는 하나님의 사랑, 하나님의 사랑을 받아가 지상에 와가지고 하나님의 사랑권을 주기를 담아가지고 착한 악마의 타락 사랑권을 전부 다 흡수해가지고 간접권 해방과 더불어 직접 주관권 사랑 세계에 전시키기 위한 노력을 하는 분이 그것이 프로페레드가 라메시아가 제일
The Messiah is none other than the true parent coming down to this world and conquer the indirect dominion of God with the true love of God, so that everybody can experience going through the indirect dominion period what true parents love, so that they are prepared to enter into the kingdom of God in heaven.
이제 트루페레드가 세계적 상황권을 갖출 수 있는 이 시대에 흥진문이감으로 말미암아 세계 기반으로 선 트루 페렌츠 사랑을 받은 아들이 영계한 것이 되는 것이다. 그래서
In true parent is the laying a foundation in the worldwide level. This kind of worldwide level. In this time, when Hungyenim entered into the spirit world as a special representative, by doing so, linking the two worlds into one.
영계는 뭐냐면 비로소 영계는 흥진을 흥을 중 삼아가지고 비로소 참 지상에서 트루페렌스 사랑을 받은 대표적 중심센터가 생겼기 때문에 영계가 이를 사랑하면 부모님의 사랑과 접촉될 수 있는 조건을 갖고 갔다 거야.
First time, true representative of true parents' love, which is Hungyenim, is entered into the spirit world. So there was a one center in the spirit world. So everybody in the spirit world, by loving Hungyenim, they will become a recipient of the true parents' love, same as you do here on earth. So this is the kind of most extraordinary happenings in the spirit world.
흥진님을 사랑하면 지상에는 트루페렌스 권내에 재림할 수 있는 노력. 이것은 참부모 권내에 마음대로 올 수 있는 것이 그것이 벌레의
흥진님
살아가는 세계야.
is
참부모의
흥진님.
사랑의 관계를 가져서는 영계가 이렇게 마음대로 왔다 갔다 할 수 있는 인원이 이 흥진이 가서 영계의 참부모의 사랑 세계 기반을 접대중으로 말미암아 자유왕래의 기반이 이루어진다.
Hungyenim is
원리의 내용이야.
absolutely free to maneuver in the spirit world and the physical world. So anybody in the spirit world who loves Hungyenim has the freedom to maneuver that's coming down here on earth. So this is a new happening, you see. So this is a divine point of view that because of this two world, the doors are wide open.
자 그러면 어떻게 돼? 영계에 있는 사람도 지상에 살 수 있다. 그래서 우리 흥진이는 지금 우리 집에도 와 살 수 있다. 그래서 방을 그냥 가지고 우리 아들이 보는 말이야. 그 사람 죽을 땐다 싫어하고 다 그전에 이제 전부 다 그것을 서로 갖다고 하고 그만 서로 갖다고 그래요.
So there's no more barrier between the spirit world and the physical world.
보다 높은 보호와 안전한 이 분위기를 느끼게 된다.
So therefore, Hungyenim can live in a both worlds. Both worlds. That's why East Garden, Father maintained Hungyenim's room as they are. And the children of East Garden want to go into that room. Do not feel strange or any kind of ghost kind of a feeling. No, they feel even greater warmth and love in that room. They want to stay in that room. Why? Because this is why. The Hungyenim has no barrier. Spirit world and the physical world are all one.
너들을 위해서 재물전 지극히 가까운 아들이다. 동생.
For you, everybody. Reverend Hungyenim has become a sacrifice for the sake of your salvation. Love of victory of love. For your victory of love.
알겠어?
Do you follow?
그러니까
That's why this is so important.
그래서 이제 영계가 지상에 와서 이제 지상의 영계에서 와서 뭐라면 그 영들이 선한 영들이 순간으로 기독교 일순위니 지상 마음대로 기독교를 강론해가지고 앞으로 평화는 무엇이건 예수님 직접 그리고가 전하게 됩니다.
So the time will come. Spirit world assault here on earth is so strong from now on. You know, the witnessing to the outside people is so easy because spirit world is pushing so hard. They may not need too much lecturing and a conversation before they understand what the true parents is all about.
이 지상은 아담권이고 영계는 천상권, 천사장이 아담 이상권을 협조하게 되는 것이 창조원이야. 내려와서 협조하게 되는 거야.
Archangel coming down to angelic world is archangel realm, and has to be in a position to come down to Adam's physical realm. Adam is here on earth. The spirit world has to come down. That's the principle. You follow? So from now on, anybody who works very hard in different countries will receive 흥진님 spiritually very well. Every country. So in the children's era, true parents' era is over. True children's era has begun. In this new era, the first most exemplary person who did serve sacrifice role is 흥진님. Before any 36 plus couple, before any 72 plus couple, before any Korean, before any Japanese, before any Westerners.
무슨 말 들어겠어?
Do you follow?
이리야 하늘 땅이 하나 된다는 결론을 내릴 수 있다.
By doing so, heaven and earth become one.
그러니 하늘 땅이 하나 된 사탄은 주방나가야 된다.
Heaven and earth become one, then Satan has to be chased away.
그러니까 공산 세계는 이제부터 우리의 움직이는 여하에 있어서
So the communist world from now on, depending on our activities, they shall be retreat.
미국도 그리고 수반자가 없다고.
In America, no one can be in charge of this nation. No one can be responsible for this country. No, president would not do it. No matter what, the free world and this nation, President Reagan.
너들만 확실하니까.
And they need the Reverend Moon's guidance. This country, and you know it and you support it. Don't you see that? Reverend Moon is needed by this country.
사상세계 혼란, 이런 공산주의 스프레딩 이거 전부 다 이 악착 같은 이런 유물 사상을 무엇으로 이걸 소화시켜서 유래할 수 있냐면 물배부리는 사상 안 되겠다.
So, in this evil world, most contaminated, poisonous world, what would cleanse us? What would eradicate all the evil? Only by one thing, the Reverend Moon's ideology. No other way.
영계를 모르는 일로 앞에 영계가 확실한 것은 아니고 공산주의가 영계를 모르는 것을 확실히 가르칠 수 있는 이런 하나의 인간적으로다 하는 것을 이제 세계가 알 수 있고 인정할 수 있고 지금 뭐냐 레벨은 메시아다 하고
World does not know about the spirit world. Reverend Moon made it clear there's a spirit world. And not only make it clear, but interrelationship between spirit world and physical world was made clear. Existence of God was made real by the Reverend Moon. The proclamation of the true love of God, true way of life has been made clear. So now, really, all in all, when we talk about Reverend Moon, is he the Messiah? Yes, he is. Even though you say that word openly, people won't laugh at you. They will convince. He might be. He may be. Yes. The way he is acting, he then will become. He must be.
그들이 그것이 눈앞에 보면서 이유가 앉아갔어?
So you see it, that change.
눈앞에 이렇게 사실이 있는데도 앉아가서 시작했더라.
So this is a reality. It's happening in front of you. You just want to sit idle, doing nothing, or get out and do something.
울며 돌아다니면서 젊은이를 붙들고 문을 열고 젊은 세상에 손을 빨리 내놔야 사는 거야.
So you got to get up, go out to the world, and proclaim, that the gospel is here, hope is here.
그래서 여러분들 성주님 사랑해?
So you love 흥제님, right? Don't you?
나보다 더 사랑해.
You must love 흥제님 more than you love Father.
그러면 그 사랑하는 성주님이 하지 못한 일을 내가 살아있는 단 대신 해가지고 가서 흥진님 앞에 보고 드리겠습니다. 할
If you love 흥제님, the things you need to do, that is to love him such a way that you inherit his mission here on earth, that 흥제님 has undone. Then I can accomplish those missions. Then later on, I will go to the spirit world, report to 흥제님.
장만선 내가 너희들 사랑하는 이상을 해야 된다. 내가 너희들 사랑하는 이상을 해야 된다.
So 누가 맞습니까?
내가.
So you have to do more than the Father loved you. You love him and you have to do more.
청춘 시대에 뭔가 같이 왔다가 다른 데도 못 가고.
He came in such a beautiful age, the age of most beautiful teenage, and he died without even get blessed for the sake of all of us. You follow?
너들 마음대로 개편 있고 프리세트 마음 치사해서 100번 죽더라도 감사할 수 있는 마음을 가지는
So since we are stained, dirty, sinful in many cases, so even we die 100 times, 1,000 times over, we shall be grateful. When Father suffered this much sacrifices, is there anything we cannot suffer?
그래서 흥진이가 그런 말을 해봐 이제 한국이 이렇게 되면 한국의 왕권, 한국의 왕들을 자 왕의 열매와 같이 영적 세에 들어가지고 왕들을 한번 전통을 세우고 이런 거는 세계 왕들과 수많은 왕들과 연결해서 세우니까 왕들과 연결 왕권적 선한 기반을 바꿔보는 말이야. 이 홀이 시작되면 연계해서 그 왕에 대한 다른 나라에 충신되었던 모든 사랑하는 사람은 자동적으로 접붙해 가잖아요. 이런 왕권권 이것이 이루어짐과 동시에 이것이 참부모 이상이 왕권 이상 상권을 이루는과 일치해서 하나의 세계를 얻는 통일도 없는 운동을 하죠.
Because of 흥제님's elevation and ascension, there is a kingship in Korea is created in the spirit world. Kingship. Yeah.
열매, seed of kingship.
Seed of kingship or fruit of kingship, has been organized, and so the centering upon that kingship, there was a new,
선한 왕들 말이야. 선한
the good spirit, all spirit world, all like a truly kingdom has been organized.
Good
In the
king.
center, the Hungyenim with the crown as a king's position, and all the good spirit is in a subject position, and they're already united into a kingdom.
세계 이 왕들을 연결시켜서 하나 되므로 말미암아 세계의
And?
그 왕 앞에 있는 모든 만민이 연계해서 하나 중에 하나 통일을 벌어줍니다.
But then all the kings of the world united with this one central heavenly kingship. By doing so, it will bring the unity in the spirit world. Eventually, that will bring the unity on the physical world.
그 스피리트월드 킹의 그 피부들이기 때문에 그 피부를 킹식을 하나 되므로 말미암아 둘이 하나 돼 가지고 이 땅 위에 킹식 센터인 부모님과 터일들 같은 입장에서 협조할 수 있다.
So over there, Hungyenim is the king's position. All the good spirit, all the royalties of the kingdom of heaven, and they all come together, create one, and they're subject as well, become a subject. Now here on earth, Father is a king's position. We Unification Church members are in subject position. So we have a parallel situation. So this will work, these two kingdoms will work together. By love. By love will link the two worlds. one world will inevitably come. Inevitably come.
이렇게 보면 이게 원리 내용에 맞는 이론적 견론이야.
This is a divine physical conclusion. Is there anybody has exception? Any different opinions? Any other different opinions? But you know it clearly now. Yes or no?
Yes.
이런 시대는 지금 미국에 있어서 이건 알았다고 연계 그래서 사랑의 다리가 놓아져가지고 애승이 그렇게 중대 앞으로 모든 추가일화를 다 취소해버려도 애승일 하나만을 남겨놔야 되는 것이다.
So even if all other holidays may be demolished, the day of victory of love shall remain, shall be celebrated. This is the most important of all holidays.
필요하고 자네 날 필요가 하나님 날도 필요하고 만드는 날 다 필요하지만 애승일도 중요히 죽은 날이 된.
We do need Parents' Day, Children's Day, Day of all things, and God's Day. But unless we don't have a day of a victory of heaven and victory of love, all other holidays become meaningless. Because it cannot be linked between indirect dominion of love and direct dominion. Indirect dominion of God, direct dominion of God. Without this bridge of love, you cannot link it.
알았어?
Do you follow? Huh?
이렇게 볼 때 너희들 지금 너희들 어디라? 지금 너희들이 사탄의 찬사 벗어났나?
So what do you think? Have you already get rid of your satanic accusation of condition? You get rid of all the conditions for accusation of Satan? Have you liberated from totally from Satan's the infiltration or approach? Not yet.
그러니까 전체가 선생님이 세계의 대표님 선생님. 근데 하나 뒤에 내 팬너가 들어. 하나 돼야 돼. 그 너의 팬너 갈라지는 것은 선생님이 하나 되는 것이요. 아들 딸과 갈라지는 것은 상관법을 사람을 들기 위한 거라며. 영원히 하나만 들기 위한.
So your separation between you and your wife is not necessarily bad because that is step forward uniting with God. When you separate with children, and the parents, it's not necessarily bad because that is bringing to parents and children.
아들보다 너, 팬너보다 너, 자기보다 너, 나라보다 너, 세계보다 사랑할 때는 조건을 세워버리는 거 아니야.
So you have to set the condition that you love the true parent more than you love your own wife, more than you love your husband, more than you love your children. That kind of condition. More than you love it. You can conquer Satan's way. You can conquer. So you need a condition accomplished that you love true parent more than you love anything under the sun. Under these conditions, Satan will get away. You are won over Satan, and by doing it without going through this method, you have no way to victorious in the indirect dominion of God. No way you can win in direct dominion. So those who think that indemnity is not necessary, indemnity is no longer necessary, that is a sin, most sinful in the Unification Church, whoever thinks so. You know now very clearly. Yes or no?
Yes.
You know it very well, clearly. That is a formula of the dispensation.
그 동네 사탄은 공격했다가는 물러가면 난 너한테 졌다. 공격해온다고.
So you just die. die for the sake of God, sake of true parent. No power under the sun can conquer you. You know, any Satan trying to attack you, boy, too bad. Satan is like a stubble, you know, like a burning oven, you know, just like a stubble. It's a day of burning day, and it's burnt off completely. All kind of satanic attack. You Korean regional leaders, when father says, you go and die, you feel sorry, I mean, you feel very hurt to father, you know, you complain to father. Why can you say that, such a thing? Don't worry about your sons and daughters. Don't worry about your wife in Korea. And the father came in that kind of spirit to this country. You must be very, very successful. Because of the father, you know, Korean leaders, you know, who are here, has been shielded so that they will be protected by father. The Japanese members just as well, Nihon members.
미국 사람들은 그 간접 주관권 필요 없고 tan감 필요 없어. 할 수 있는 원리가 있나?
So, American people, well, you maybe Japanese or the Korean need it, but we American people don't need the indirect dominion of God, and we don't need the direct dominion of God. Do you have that kind of principle? No. What is the chapter? Huh? If there is such a way is possible, before you American people can find, Father would have found first. Father would have introduced that first. But this is the only way. So, heavenly kingdom. Heavenly kingdom. You cannot enter into heavenly kingdom without going through this path. So, so this is the secret. This is the one way you can get rid of Satan. Get rid of Satan. This is the one secret way. And you have a formula. And then you have no hesitation. You know how to get rid of Satan now. So, in direct dominion of God, God is responsible? Or who? Who shall win at the in direct dominion of God, that realm? So unless you 아버님 잘못했습니다.
세계 완전히 전부 다 지적 기관권과 연결되기 전까지 몇 대 걸리는 데서 그 단계까지 전부가 세계 하나 안 될 때는 tan감 기관권이 남아 있는 말이에요.
Until entire world is entered into the direct dominion of God. You know, condition, that is for indemnity condition. For the sake of restoration of indirect dominion of God, it's always remain with you. Is it there? That is what Father fears most. For you. For that reason, For that reason, Father wants to fulfill everything in the physical sense, conquer the indirect dominion of God in all over, including in Soviet Russia, Moscow. That's the reason Father indicated to go to Moscow. Even among the communist people, Father would like to, set the condition so that for them to be restored. So without Father, can you do it yourself, all by yourself?
거기만이 미국밖에 없어. 거기는 미국밖에 없으니.
No, you couldn't do that. Therefore, the foundation must be laid here in America. America alone can have that kind of foundation.
하나님을 향해 달려야 된다는 것은 이 전예한 최후의 통치를 알고 주기를 각오하고 달리라고 지시하고.
So here in America, therefore, this is the people, group of people who can lay the foundation. That's why Father is giving you such a strong message to this group, because you are responsible for the United States of America.